How to get nonprofit surplus donations in 2025. Many corporations love to donate surplus inventory to nonprofit organizations because it prevents waste and it saves money. It's a win-win situation, family. Here's how you do it. You got your nonprofit registered with the state, secretary, everything's looking good. You got the bank account. You even got your IRS recognition, 501c3 status with your employee identification number or your EIN. You ready to go. But what is it that the IRS doesn't want you to know? The IRS doesn't want you to know that it's now up to you. They're not going to hold your hand. They're not going to give you the form to make a written acknowledgement. They're not going to give you the form for an in-kind donation. Their thing is, no, you got to figure all that out. You got to do the homework. You got to do the research. Let's get into this. What is an in-kind donation for a nonprofit? An in-kind donation in plain language is when someone donates goods, services, or expertise instead of cash. For example, say a person or a company donated goods, donating, for example, food to a food pantry. They could donate books to a public library, or even office equipment like computers or podcasting equipment or furniture to your nonprofit office. Services. Offering your professional skills for free, like you could get a lawyer, legal advice, an accountant, or somebody not to do web design. If you're a graphic designer and create a nonprofit's logo for free, that's what they consider to be, quote, an in-kind donation. You can even cover expertise or time. Providing a specialized skill or service that would normally cost money to the nonprofit, like volunteer hours and event planning or social media management. I remember one time a nonprofit that we helped, they had an event to help people with high blood pressure, for example, and high cholesterol. And they had a group of registered nurses volunteer that time, set up a beautiful tent in the summertime, and they literally would have people walking past in the community, and they would offer them free services. Come on over and get your blood checked. You know what I mean? And many men would be walking down the street, and they would sit down, and they would take and get that blood pressure checked, and they'd be like, yo, we need to call an ambulance. You never know how valuable nonprofit volunteer work is for your nonprofit and how valuable it is to promoting common unity in the community until you start using it. So I want you to learn how to use your in-kind donations. It's not complicated for you to make your own in-kind donation form. All you got to do, my recommendation would be, if you have a logo, put a logo at the top of the page. You could use something like Word, go to the public library, and you can make one for free. If you got a laptop, you can make one with Google Documents, probably like 5 to 30 minutes. You know what I mean? You just put the logo on there, the name of your nonprofit, your employee identification number, your address or contact information, your phone number, your email. If you got a website, you could include, if you want to put your name, you put your name as the CEO, or maybe one of your board members' name be on there. And in big letters, just put on there, in-kind donation. And just list what I just explained to you as to what it is that you're looking for. Just say you had 3 check boxes. Goods, say you typed up the word goods with a blank line. Services with a blank line. Expertise or time with a blank line. And with that form, you could literally just take a pen and just write in there, or you could save it as a PDF and just fill it out online whenever you want and email it to 1, 10, 1,000 different corporations in one day if you wanted to. All right. But you use that in-kind donation form to simply ask a person or company for some type of service. You could send that to, say, your local supermarket or what have you. Know what I mean? I'm including a map of the corporations that basically run the United States of America. Like, like I'm in Pennsylvania. We got the Heinz Corporation out Pittsburgh. We got the giant Comcast corporation down North Philadelphia, for example. Know what I mean? So if I'm trying to do an event and I need some help or equipment or money, I could take and use my in-kind donation form and send it to Wegmans or Giant Supermarket. I could send it to Home Depot or to Walmart. I could send it to the hospital or to the school board, whatever. And depending on what you are planning to do, and the IRS thing is, it's no limit to your imagination. I mean, so go ahead and figure out what it is that's a game plan, and you execute that plan using your nonprofit status. Now, generally, even if you get a donation that's not money or cash, you still want to give a written acknowledgement. The IRS is not going to give you a written acknowledgement form. When you go on the irs.gov website, they don't have a written acknowledgement form. They like, you got to make your own. So I'm going to show you basically the simple, legal, easy, fast, practical way to apply this form for a written acknowledgement. Now, nonprofits generally provide a written acknowledgement for in-kind donations. This acknowledgement letter or receipt is important for both the donor and your nonprofit. Here's why. First of all, for the donor, the written acknowledgement serves as proof of the donation, which is often required for tax deductions. Say, for example, a car dealer donated a truck to you. They need that written acknowledgement just for that particular donation. However, the nonprofit typically won't assign a monetary value to the donation in a situation for in-kind donations. You could leave that up to the donor. It's up to the donor to determine and document what's called the FMV, or the fair market value, for tax purposes. I remember we used to, like every season we take stuff that we no longer use, but it's helpful and good. Somebody could use it. And what we do, we'll gather up stuff like coats and old electronics or what have you, and we'll take it down to the Goodwill. And we'll go around to the back of the Goodwill to the warehouse section. And when we go there, be like, look, we got a whole bunch of stuff back here in this truck. And we go ahead and make our little donations. And what Goodwill would do is they would give us a written acknowledgement form from Goodwill, but it was always blank. That thing is, okay, you donated 5 coats. You determine what is the conditions of those coats that you donated and what would be a fair market value of those coats. Goodwill won't need that price, but you can actually do that yourself. So for the nonprofit, the acknowledgement helps keep track of donations for financial records and tax reporting. It also builds a record of donor contributions, which is useful for future fundraising and showing appreciation to the donor. So remember, for the donor, the written acknowledgement serves as proof of the donation, which is often required for tax deductions. So if you donated your laptop, you donated a television and a personal computer and an iPhone to the Goodwill, you have to just go online, evaluate, it's places like it's tax deductible, and just look at what is a fair market value. Basically, how much would I get if I went to the store and sold this used? Like this is an old phone I got, I'm donating. Okay, when I first paid for it, the phone was $1,000. Now the phone is only worth maybe, say, $100, $200. Now what I mean, so the written acknowledgement, the person be like, okay, I'm just gonna claim $150 for that. Now what I mean, so that's you do that, but the IRS lets you make up that particular form. An in-kind acknowledgement letter typically includes these little basic elements. You make sure you got the nonprofit's name and EIN or employee identification number on there, a description of the donated goods or services without a dollar value. You just put a dollar sign and make a blank line there so that they can fill that part in. The date of the donation is important, and a statement confirming that no goods or services were provided in exchange for the donation, if applicable. This written acknowledgement also strengthens the relationship between the nonprofit and the donor, showing appreciation for their support. Simply email, mail, or take your in-kind donation form to a corporation. Ask and you shall receive. Now that you got the general idea of how to do in-kind donations, let me take you to a nonprofit powerhouse. If you want to get some good materials, do some good fundraising for your nonprofit in 2025, I'm going to put y'all down with a little known secret. It's the NAEIR catalog. Shop at NAEIR. Basically, NAEIR itself is a nonprofit. That's why it's called NAEIR, NAEIR.org, O-R-G. Anything that you see that says .org means organization, that's a nonprofit. Now, there's always pros and cons to anything. The good side is NAEIR is like the Walmart of nonprofits. NAEIR, I remember when I first enrolled with them with a nonprofit that I had probably like 20 years ago or so. But you basically had to buy their catalogs. They got catalogs, different prices. You go on their website, see right here, in fact, it say catalogs, New Year, Big Book, monthly offerings, new at NAEIR, deal of the day, weekly offerings, education. Go on here and just look around. You know what I mean? You know, just check out some of the stuff. All right. So, long story short, the way this program works like this. Up here at the top, it says Join Basic Premier Program. You got to sign in, all right? I'm already a member of this. Our nonprofit is already registered, so we can shop there. But I'm going to tell you how we did it years ago when we first started out and how it was beneficial. We paid, back then, I think it was like around $250 for that catalog. It was like one of the cheapest catalogs. We wanted to get the cheapest one. I just wanted to see what did they do. They had catalogs. I think they sold some for $500, $1,000 or more. We got the low end catalog, if you will, and the catalog has stuff in it like tape, ink pens, socks, toys, teddy bears, fake flowers, batteries, pocketbooks, neckties, bow ties, anything you can imagine. I think it was like 500 different items was available in the catalog. Now with NAEIR, you don't pay for the stuff. What you pay for is the shipping and handling. So back then we used to make gift baskets. And then making the gift baskets, this was my plug where I go on there, be like, okay, boom, okay, we get the teddy bears, we get the this, that, and the other, and we can help use the stuff for gift baskets. They had the pillows and things of that nature. They had all kind of stuff. And it was like, really, you want the good stuff, you got to pay the more money. You know, everything's business. So I was like, wait a minute. They got stuff in here that I could use mathematically. So I seen they had name brand batteries. Now, all the stuff NAEIR has, they get it donated to them, to their nonprofit from big corporations. We're going to get into that a little later. So say, for example, Home Depot may donate, say 100 power saws to NAEIR. Say they got the new lawnmowers came out in 2025, and they donate 100 of the 2020 brand new, still in the box lawnmowers to NAEIR. NAEIR have it, say, in their $500 catalogs. You pay them the $500, they send you your catalog, your membership. Now you go through the catalog every month or whatever. You open up the catalog, you see the lawnmowers. You be like, oh, okay. The lawnmowers is free, but the weight and the shipping of the lawnmower may be like, say, I'm just using this hypothetically, say it costs you $50 for them to ship it to you. And you say, okay, I'm a order, say you order 3 of them. No, say you order 6 of them. And you give them $50 a piece. So you send them $300 and they send you 6 lawnmowers. Now the 6 lawnmowers, they may sell for, say, $300. You getting them for $50 a piece. So you could take and offer the lawnmowers to another store and fill out IRS form 8282 to liquidate them for the cash. And you'd be like, look, I got these brand new lawnmowers. They not even out the box. And you just resold them to the hardware store and he bought them off you, say, for $100. So your nonprofit made $50 in profit on each one of those lawnmowers in that type of example. So what I did was, I remember one thing, they had Duracell batteries, all kinds, like AAAs, AA's, 9 volts, C batteries, D batteries. And the holiday season was coming up. It's winter. It's like, oh, okay, we're just paying the shipping and handling. So I got like, it was probably like $200 worth of batteries. But for my $200, I probably had almost $2,000 worth of batteries. And I didn't need all them batteries, but what we did was just went to the little stores like, yo, take the batteries down to the store and sell them wholesale. So we hooked up a little nonprofit flyer, like, look, we got these brand new, still in the pack Duracells. And the stores would be like, what? You know how expensive it is for us to buy these batteries? You know how many people need these batteries during this time of the year? Okay, for $500 worth of batteries, they gave up, say, $200 cash. Know what I mean? And it wasn't no big money, but it was a big profit for the nonprofit. It was a good investment. So this NAEIR is good for that. You could get the expensive catalog. Now you're getting real 18 karat gold jewelry, alligator shoes, fur coats, designer glasses. You could get all kind of stuff. Anything that costs $1,000, you'll basically find that inside of the catalog. Now the join is an application. Let's click on this link here real quick for a minute. Show you just a little peek. All right, this is the Premier and Basic Program application. To register for our Teachers Program membership, click here. Not the poor righteous teacher. That's talking about like a school teacher. You will not be able to use the shopping website until approved by NAEIR. So if you don't have your IRS recognition and all that, you're not going to get in the cipher. They're not going to let you in the server. You're not going to get behind the scenes with this. So they're going to want your information first. All right. They're going to want your salutation. They're going to want your name, your last name, your job title. So when you click on here, they be like, how do you want us to address you? You know what I mean? You're an elder, a doctor, a lieutenant, a major, a miss, a mister, a missus, a reverend, a minister, a imam, whatever. It don't make a difference. They don't care if you black, white, Muslim, Christian, atheist, boom. Anybody can enroll with this that has a nonprofit registered in the United States. So you give them your name, your job title, your phone number, any extension if you got one. Alternate phone number is optional. Fax number, they out of date, but some people still use them. But, you get your email and things of that nature there. Your nonprofit information goes in there. This federal employee identity is the same as your EIN or employee identification number. That's like the social security number for your nonprofit. So you fill all this out, the mailing address and all that kind of stuff. And what they do is they basically going to send you an email, basically telling you like, look, We look your stuff over. We check with the IRS. You good to go. I mean, and they going to send you an offer, like what type of catalog you looking for. You know what I mean? The New Year Big Book, you know what I mean? Assortments, educational supplies, weekly offerings, by the Pilot Express. Like they could be like, look, we could send the big boys there. They'd be like, we could send motorcycles, dirt bikes. We they got stuff like I'm just thinking off the top of my head, all kind of laptops. They got all kind of smartphones, so you can get anything. They'd be like, yeah, you get the iPhone 16 for free, but you pay the shipping and handling. You'd be like, well, this phone costs $1,000, but they'd be like, well, for us to ship and handle it to you, it's going to cost you $48. You be like, I got a brand new $1,000 phone for under $50. Good move. Know what I mean? So you could get books or whatever. Know what I mean? So all that's under the NAEIR Corporation catalog. So go on this website and just shop around. Just even though you may not be a member. And the other thing is, hold on one second here, if I could find this. The other thing is, you can do what NAEIR is doing. See, you have not just your state nonprofit, you have the same thing they got. They got 501c3 status. And they take and send an in-kind donation form to a company. It'll be on there like, we need donated toys, donated food, donated clothing, donated shoes. Do you have any surplus inventory electronics? They send it to Walmart. Walmart be like, in the basement, we got thousands of electronics that we can't sell. They be like, we got probably like 1,600 laptops down there, 5,000 smartphones. I mean, we got cases and cases of brand new laser printers that we can't sell. And they'll take and be like, clear that inventory out. It's a tax write-off for Walmart. So they love donating to them nonprofits and kind donate. They be like, oh, they get the fair market value. They don't get the retail price. They get the wholesale price. So what that basically means is this. Say Walmart, say you went to Walmart and say, I'd like to speak to the manager, and you got your nonprofit paperwork with you, extra copy for them just to keep. But mainly, it should be a bunch of papers. It should be like maybe no more than 5 sheets of paper. And you take down there your state charter with your signature on there. You take down there your IRS recognition letter for your 501c3 status being verified. And you have your contact information on an in-kind donation form, and you just have boxes on there. Say electronics, food, toys, shoes, clothing, other, whatever. And you just click the box that says electronics. And you specifically write on there, you need 10 laptops and 5 large screen televisions. They'd be like, okay, let's take you down the basement, the warehouse, what have you, and they'd be like, they're in boxes, all this right here you can get. We need to clear all this stuff out. You sure you only need 10? You know what I mean? You don't want to hunt? Whatever. Now, I mean, now say, I'm going to use one item for it. Say they gave you a new MacBook Pro laptop. Now, I mean, say they gave you, that's what's in front of you right now. Say they gave you a laptop like this, all right? You get the new MacBook Pro laptop. Now, say they sell it in the store for, say, $1,000. But even though they sell it in the store for $1,000, that's not the FMV or fair market value. The IRS is not going to let them write off $1,000 because they didn't pay $1,000 for that laptop. They're going to be like, how much did that laptop cost y'all? So they be like, oh, well, we only paid $300. Cool. You give me the 10 laptops I could give you a written acknowledgement for each one for $300. So I could give you a written acknowledgement for $3,000. They'd be like, cool. Otherwise, it's just sitting down there gathering dust, and they eventually going to have to get rid of it, or it's going to get so dry rotted they're going to have to throw them away and write them off as a business expense. But in this way, they helping the charity. They donating 10 laptops to your nonprofit. You're taking and you got say laptops. You got 10 laptops for your nonprofits. People in the community could come in the community center for free, and they could do job resumes. They could search for jobs. They could come in and watch videos, listen to music, do their homework, whatever they need to do. It just helps people that may not have access to technology like a MacBook Pro laptop. So you're doing a good thing, the store doing a good thing, and the people's benefit from it. It's a win-win-win situation. Know what I mean? So that's the benefit of using that in-kind donation. So don't hesitate to contact these corporations. These corporations, when you get them that $3,000 one piece of paper saying written acknowledgement, thank you for your donation of 10 laptops, is going to help our educational program. No goods or services was given or received. It was under quid pro quo. Now, I mean, you didn't say, okay, we're going to give you 10 laptops, but you're going to have to get all your customers to shop at Walmart. No, they doing it from the heart. You know what I mean? And that's how that go. And what happens is they get that $3,000 written acknowledgement. If they owe the IRS, say $2,000 in taxes, in corporate taxes, they wouldn't pay the $2,000. The IRS would just send them a tax return for $1,000. See what I'm saying? So it all balances out. Every case is going to be absolutely unique unto itself. But check out the NAEIR, because you want to look at how they doing it. They got videos. Look at what they doing. And then it's going to help you better understand, like, oh, I could take my little tiny nonprofit and do like NAEIR. I'm a write to all these big corporations, had them drop ship the stuff straight to my front door, to the garage or whatever, to my little business, my little office, what have you. And the truck could just pull up, unload all the stuff, and you could take and use it to help your nonprofit. It gets greater later, family.